Alright, redoing the firebox, replacing the FIREBRICK. So you can get a pretty good. I've already taken the back wall out, still got the two sides to do. I'm going to rebuild the back wall first, and then I can't get this thing sitting over. And then I'm going to take one wall down, rebuild it, another wall, rebuild it. Because I'm leaving the damper. Nothing wrong with her high top damper. If you don't have one of these guys, I'd get one. Simply just fits in. This is a 3/8 drive. And I just put a 6-0 on it, and I mix mortar and Wilbur with this. So it's a little tough on the wrist, but I would suggest you get one. If mortar or grout, it makes it a lot easier. And you definitely want to mix it in a bucket. I mix my mortar what is it? 3-part sand to 1.5 parts mix. So make sure I get a good consistent. See, this got about a 1-2 slump. Maybe a 3. Actually, I need it a little bit wetter, I think. Find out. Nice little, this is to apply wallpaper and tape and bad trowel. You can hit those joints with this. I like it. It fits just nice. It fits nice in here. Picks me up a pretty good trowel full. I got this is a 2-inch. I think it's a 2-inch margin trowel. Very handy to have. Smoothing off edges. Take it on down. Grab me another one. Let's see what we got. Now, this is if you have sandy mix, then the water will rise to the top. Sand will drop to the bottom and it will clog your grout bag up. So that's why I always mix my mortar up a little rich. Let's see what we got. My torpedo level, excellent to have when you're doing tight spaces. Just the starter brick on each end. Using the torpedo level is what I do. Stringing a line on something this small, it just, you know, and then I use this in basically for a straight edge. This is a 1952 level. I think it's 1952. Looked it up. Can't remember the name of it now for the life of me. But it finally had a level. Level 1, it was good. It came out one day, not too long ago. I mean this year. June, July, August, September. We're plugging holes. See all these voids. All these voids. Cracks. They're right there. See that brick right there? That's the outside wall. Not good. So I get ceramic blanket I'm going to be putting in. Okay, let's get this white glued again over here. And do this here. No, I might do this. Holes. Keeping it twisted. Look at decorating the cake. Make sure I get that mortar in there. Plugging it all. In that corner. Yeah, it's sort of tough on this whole body, but I know y'all couldn't see anything. I just can't put this camera anywhere without me knocking it over with my feet. But you get an idea of what I'm doing, and I'm just plugging holes. That's all I'm doing. There shouldn't be any voids there. And I can see the Facebrick, the Facebrick on the bottom, and it's just luckily he's got the 4 inches, so we're gonna end up with the 12 we need, but it's not a little bit tight there on the bottom, but I got a ceramic blanket that I might be putting in here. And then I'm going to be laying my Firebrick in front of it and closing that, so if any embers ever get through, this blanket will catch them. So I feel pretty good about the build I'm going to do. Alright, we got some holes plugged. Okay, and I want to This right here is a DeWalt. I mean, you get all kinds of brands. Chip and hammer. I got a little bit of a break. Move you over here. I'm gonna break this sticking out. I mean, this wall's coming down, but I'm gonna lay it back wall first. I can't have any bricks sticking out because my face wall is right here. Where my face of my wall is gonna be. So I missed that in my demo. Created a pretty big hole there. Well, I'm just going to take you out. Take you out too. Let's go upside down. Jammed in there. So I'm just gonna break it. Yeah. Get that way. Nice and clean. There. House built in 72, I think she said. So, 80, 90, 2000, 50? I need a calculator. Anyway, not bad looking. Not bad looking for it being 50 years old. Yeah, this is a non-contaminated fire brick by Butler back in the day. I just can't believe what I'm seeing here. I just can't believe this. Man, guy did a good job on the fire brick. The floor, everything's nice, looking nice. and take the back wall down. It's just chaos back here. Bunch of voids, Facebrick showing. Just it and I don't know what he could make it anywhere. I've seen him draw at 24 inches deep. This one was 21 inches deep. The book actually calls for 16 for a single face, 42 inch opening. So I've got room. Like I say, put the blanket in. I'll relay the brick. I gotta get all these voids first. Golly. Yeah, he's a good. Good shot of my pistol here. Sorry. Alright. So, per the book, I wonder if I can bother him or not. I need to make him aware. The book calls for. And where's my bright light? I gotta go get my bright light. Anyways, I mean, putting the FIREBRICK back are fairly easy till you get to the top. Then it slows way down, but it's just laying a heavy brick. This brick weighs 4 to 5 pounds. If you got water in it, it's almost 5 pounds of brick, full brick. So it's all right. There he is. I gotta get him. All right. Mr. Sikorsky. Yeah. Can I bother you for just a second? Your firebox is not built to code even close.
Okay.
But I'm putting the I'm putting the ceramic blanket in there, so ambers aren't going to be an issue. And this isn't outside, but I just wanted you to be aware that I'm aware that that brick right there,
Yeah.
that's your outside brick.
Yeah. Okay.
I should have two layers of fill brick and then the FIREBRICK.
Oh, I see.
When I rebuilt it.
Yeah.
Instead, what they did is they ran out of room and they made it work. And like I say, luckily he was a good mason and he laid a pretty tight firebox. But yeah, it's started to plug holes, and like I say, you probably can look over here in the corner and see how. Yeah. Just that corner at the bottom there.
Oh yeah.
We see that, and then there's a hole in there. I mean, it's and you've got this framing right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
So anyway, I just wanted to make you aware that.
Well, I mean, you're just gonna put some fill brick in, make it as best you can, put your insulation and such in, and then rebuild the firebox
On the back.
Yeah.
I'll put the ceramic blanket on the back. It's the wall that usually it's about the only one that gives.
Okay.
The side walls, I think they estimate somewhere around 300 degrees. The back wall gets to 600. So it's maybe even higher on this. This is a 40 inch, 40 and a half, but 40 inch opening.
Well, it's going to be better than it was when you're done.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. And like I said, the main thing is I'm putting the ceramic blanket in to catch any embers that I'm talking 15 years from now.
Yeah, yeah.
This guy's going to stop the house from getting burned down.
Yeah, and it did well for 30 years, and I understand when the codes have multiple safeties if something goes wrong. And so if there's 5 safeties, we're missing one. You know, so if you get it as close, because everything in this house is not up to code anymore. I mean, I don't even have an electrical box with a main cutoff. They didn't require them back in the 1970s, right? So if the opportunity arose and I could have that redone, I'll have it redone. But in the meantime, that's how we're living, right? So I think with what you described, I'm comfortable as long as you put filler brick in. I can see you don't want just this fire lining and then just the exterior brick. And the fact that you are going to add that ceramic blanket to catch any embers makes me feel much more confident. At least this fireplace is exterior to the house, not interior.
If it was interior, it'd be a different ball game.
Yeah, because it's actually totally exterior, because where this wall comes down, that back wall is nowhere near any timber frame, any wood framing. The wood framing is more on these 2 side walls right here.
Correct.
There's quite a bit of distances, so I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I think with what you're doing, you got a good game plan.
Well, I just wanted to make you that I wasn't trying to cover something up.
No, I'm okay.
You want me to build this thing by code, I will, but it may change your draw.
I prefer.
I draw as well, but you were telling me it was drawing, so I think 21 inches. It's happy at 21 inches deep, and I was trying to get. I can do it when I'm adding this as an amber catcher for years down the road.
Sure. Well, I'm just surprised is when they do the filler brick, it just looks haphazard. You
get paid a penny a piece. Back in the day, maybe half a penny a piece for these fill brick going all the way up. So they're just slinging them in, throwing mud. One guy helper is usually got a small trowel, and he's just tossing mud
just to fill it in.
And then there's another helper that's handing just the fill brick to the bricklayer, and the bricklayer's brick. Of course, none of this is here, so he's standing up, and he's just doing this.
Yeah. Just throw it in there.
Just throw it in there, because he's not making any money right there. His money was the firebox and then the exterior and this fascia here.
It's funny, some of those mortar. Oh, is that your mortar?
That's me. Yeah, the white's me.
Okay.
I just started.
Gotcha.
And then I thought, and I missed one brick, which ended up being 2. But like I said, that wall's come down anyway. But I'm trying to keep it as much, so I can run that other wall right where it was.
Yeah, I gotcha. And the deal is, I know how heat transfer works, and if you don't have any radiative gaps, when you put that mortar in there and stuff, it's going to prevent that radiative transfer straight through to heat the exterior brick, and then with that catching it, the odds of anything happening are really don't even exist, as long as you do what you're doing.
And you've got a few settling cracks that are here that I'm going to patch also, that are above your smoke shelf, and I'm going to reshape that smoke shelf a little bit better to give it more of a curl whenever I put my sailor in there, that I don't have a curl, because that'll be your smoke shelf right there. So it's knowing that he was standing on his 2 feet when he built this, He made this look pretty.
Yeah.
And then he just flat didn't care about what was going on back there.
Yeah, I'm just really surprised. Even with what you're describing, I'm really surprised. Like, really? But again, it's sight unseen, right?
Yeah, and that's what he's thinking in his mind.
Yeah.
No one's ever going to see this.
Right.
And then by the time this thing wears out, I'm going to be gone.
Right. Yeah, the guy who did it's probably not even alive anymore.
Us, you know,
Unless he was very young.
That's all bricklayers. I was surprised.
Well, if it was a...
But no, back in the day, there probably was a cooler full of beer sitting about right there. And it was acceptable.
Oh, well, this was rural Keller. I've seen the pictures, and there's nothing but woods all the way around here. It's in the middle of nowhere. Only one road in, one road out. There's a guy who lived here originally and showed me all the pictures. It's pretty astounding. It looks like we're way up in Bowie or something in the middle of the woods.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're right. I mean, it's, you know, that's the way it was done. But go ahead and do what you're doing. I think it's great. You can improve it and everything.
Well, I'm not trying to that boy me. I'm just trying to say it's not by the book. So, but I think I feel confident with me installing the ceramic blanket. And we used to not do this. And we used to have to do all this finagling. And I said, why do I do all that finagling for? It's like flue tile. Why do you lay fill brick and make a flue chase when you can just take flue and stack them on top of each other and then wrap your shell and call it done? And literally by the book. But there's, a lot of bricklayers had pride. They felt, yeah, it's solid. They really like saying that. I know I did. But then come to find out, code actually allows flue, and then you got, I think it's 8 inches of, it's 4 or 8. I'd have to check the book. I got them.
Oh yeah, now it's a pre-made pipe.
Now
and it can go. It'd be in contact with your wood framing.
No, it can't.
No, it's a multiple.
It's a triple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a triple. No, it's supposed to have a 2-inch clearance.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
But still, that's only 2 inches.
And it's supposed to be wrapped with
ceramic.
With some kind that was a non-combustible material. Okay. So yeah, it's really strict. We redid one over in University Park, this was a rebuilt, but there's conservation district, but this was rebuilt 2-story modern, and the guys that built put the prefab in, they didn't, they took the flue all the way up to the pan cap, and you've got that opening, and that flue pipe goes through there, and then you have your storm collar that goes over that, and then you got your spark arrestor. Well, they went up, and it didn't go through the pan cap. It was that short of it, and they didn't strap it and secure it, so it did this number. So the hole's here, and the flue, if I can do this, the flue did this. So when the ambers came up, it hit the pan and then bounced down inside of the chase. And they used wood, plywood, for a firebrick.
Wow.
It's like, I wonder why it caught on fire. Anyway, the fire department comes out and they stick hoses down the chimney and just blast it, put it out. And he had wood floors, custom wood floors, just ruined. And this house was 3 years old. Builder already had filed bankruptcy, couldn't find him. I've had so many stories, I can't remember which story he was, but it was really sad that but there's no inspection for that. There's the install firebox. You got that installation, then you have a final. But how can he, if they had been inspected, they would have caught that flue, kept that house from burning.